Hi world, it's 10:30 in the morning on Friday the 4th of October 2024 and I'm going to upset a lot of people with this video, he says with a big smile on his face. Last night I was doing a workshop with my student body and I'm approaching the end of the advanced course of my course on astrology, and I was talking a lot about Pluto transits and about how Pluto is very much black and white, dealing with a lot of issues around death and rebirth, whether that's metaphorical, physical, emotional, mental, or psychological. A couple of days ago, I came back from Austria, where I've been filming for my upcoming documentary on the history of Western astrology. And whilst I was in Vienna, I had the opportunity, but didn't go for time restrictions, to go to the abortion clinic in Vienna, which apparently is on a Moon-Mars line running through the centre of Vienna. And it's in the Fleischmarkt, the old meat market of Vienna, which is a cruel paradox. And there are regularly nuns outside the abortion clinic trying to dissuade people from going in. As I speak, the moon is at 29 degrees of Libra, the sign that governs one-to-one relationships, whether personal and intimate, friend, social, professional or family, but the sign that deals with the way we get on with other at the one-to-one level. And the moon is now squaring Pluto, which is at the very end of Capricorn. So there's a lot of Plutonic energy around as I speak. I also noted late last night the comments made by Melania Trump. Quote, "It is imperative to guarantee that women have autonomy in deciding their preference of having children based on their own convictions, free from any intervention or pressure from the government. Why should anyone other than the woman herself have the power to determine what she does with her own body? A woman's fundamental right of individual liberty to her own life grants her the authority to terminate her pregnancy if she wishes. Restricting a woman's right to choose whether to terminate an unwanted pregnancy is the same as denying her control over her own body. I have carried this belief with me through my entire adult life." This puts her, Melania Trump, in direct conflict with her husband, who signed off on the judges who overturned Roe versus Wade in America. He seems to be wavering now, but in the past he's been very much anti-abortion, possibly to cultivate the Christian right-wing vote. And then this morning, I see on the news headlines that the Indian government is at odds with its top courts, and the Indian government is now saying that criminalising rape in marriage is excessively harsh. It seems to me that the formality of marriage makes rape invisible in many cultures in the world, and that a woman's sovereignty over her own body should be sacrosanct. Now, a lot of you will be going, wait a minute, this guy's a man and he's an astrologer. What's this got to do with him? Why doesn't he keep his nose out of politics or feminine concerns? Well, I don't consider myself a feminist, but I'm certainly not a misogynist. And at the moment, the moon is square Pluto. I'm dealing with a lot of Plutonian energy, both for myself and with my students. It seems strong to me at the moment. And as Pluto is just about to stand still and stop going retrograde and move forward again to leave Capricorn for the final time in anyone's lifetime, Pluto will not go into Capricorn again for another 220 years. It seems that this is a time where a lot of the old boundaries, the old structures are being transformed and destroyed. And with Pluto squaring the moon now, what better time to be looking at issues around death, birth, fertility, conception, and a woman's right to choose? As we move into Pluto into Aquarius, isn't it time where we got rid of outdated and outmoded institutions based on the convention of religion, and especially where a bunch of old men, as evinced by many of the right-wing states in America, are dictating how a woman should live and how they should have the decision on what she can do with her body? Is this still the 21st century, or are we still living in the 1500s and the Puritan era? I appreciate that many of you will disagree with me on this, and many of you will be quite angry because I'm stepping into difficult territory, and people will say, keep my nose out. But it's fundamentally wrong that so many men in so many different cultures should have what they consider to be an overall power over how women manage their bodies. And astrologically, it really doesn't add up. It's time for a new way of being, a new way of seeing things, and a new way of mutual team empowerment between men and women. The old gender stereotypes are collapsing, and it's time for a new way of seeing the future. And I hope that the movement of Pluto into Aquarius, followed by Uranus into Gemini, starting next year, and of course Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries starting next year, is going to bring these futures that we so desperately need. Okay, rant over. The moon's going to move into Scorpio in a couple of hours' time. A whole different energy field. Catch you later, world. Bye.